You probably decided to join this game because you thought this would be a nice game, but it turned out that you keep dying and dying and dying over and over again. Well, in this video I'm going to talk about the whole mechanics of the game Saber Showdown, and by the end of this video I promise you guys will be a lot better than before. An important note to add is that this video is basically targeted to new players, and either and advanced players can take some tips and tricks as well. So yeah, what you're gonna do is first you're gonna go to this portal right here and you're gonna teleport to the training place. Alright, now you're loaded in and you're just gonna hit the play button. So now you're gonna spawn right here. As you can see, we have a bunch of dummies or NPCs which do like one specific attack, but we're gonna get to that later. To make this easy for you, I'm gonna split this video in 4 sections. The sections are gonna be first attack, second defense, third force, and fourth important rules and additional notes in general. Alright, now first we get to attack. So basically when you press, I'm just gonna do like the PC controls. When you press 1, you're gonna get your lightsaber and you're gonna automatically shift lock. So as you can see, we have this dummies right here, and this game actually uses your movement, and your movement decides where you actually strike your lightsaber. So basically if you do nothing, just stand right here, you're gonna do this, what's called the overhead. This is located right here. Let me show you real quick. The overhead, basically you're just gonna do an overhead, and when you press S and W, so when you go back and forth, you're gonna do the overhead as well. Next step, we got the D, right. When you move right, you're gonna strike right. When you move left, you're gonna strike left. And we actually got like the diagonal ones. So basically we got additional moves set. When you go back and right, you're gonna do like this, slash right here, back right, forward right as well, forward left, back left. Yeah, so this is basically all the attacking. So let me actually get to what happens when you attack. So basically let me get to like an overhead, because that's the easiest one to show. So as you can see, the dummy is doing constant slashes. So basically let me just show you. When you attack, it's basically like 2 strikes that will happen. The first one's gonna be a normal slash. As you can see here, it's kind of high pitched, and it drains, I think, just your normal stamina, 1 bar, I think. In the top left corner you can see that right the stamina bar and left the force bar. So yeah, you're gonna see high pitched, nothing too fancy, it's just a clash, and it just drains 1 stamina bar. The second slash is like a bit deeper. I don't know how to explain it, but you basically need to hit the opponent right when they start an attack. So you need to time it right. It's in close window. But let me show you. See? As you can see, it's just like a little explosion sound. Okay, now I died. Wow. So yeah, the explosion sound, it will stun the opponent if you time it right. And it actually drains a lot of stamina. Wait, let me actually try to get hit by one. See, as you can see in the bottom left corner, wait, let me show you actually again. See, it actually drains a lot of stamina. So when you attack, you actually need to like, if you actually like get a few of these hits, like when you stun them and drain their stamina, you basically win instantly. So keep that in mind when you're actually doing some 1v1s. Let me get to attacking like in general. So basically, let me go to the blocking dummy real quick. So basically a tip is when you're attacking, like for example when you stand right here, and the dummies right there. So basically what a lot of players will do, they will see, oh, the enemy is standing in the top left corner, so you're gonna hit the top left and gonna do this strike. But actually this is like actually very inefficient, because you're actually giving a way too big window. Actually the enemies can actually block this very easily, even perfect block it very easily. So my tip is for you guys that you actually always try to attack the enemies in the opposite direction of the enemies. So basically when you stand here top left, you're gonna go do a very big window. You're actually going to do the like in mirror, you're gonna mirror this movement. So when they're in the top left corner, you're gonna do top right. This will look like this. See, as you can see, the window is very small, and the dummy can actually, but the window is like very small, and it actually catches the opponent off guard immediately. So keep that in mind when you're actually attacking and moving around, that you actually always move from your opponent away. This will help you actually make them drain their stamina buff way faster. You can switch this up, because eventually the opponent will actually know what you're doing, so you can switch it up, like something like this, and then switch it up real quick. Like just experiment around a bit, so that you get the feeling of all the attacks that you can do and the windows. Yeah. Like the last attack option, as you can say, I don't know what this attack option is. Use E, that's in slap. You can use it just when you stand very close to your opponent. They're gonna get stunned for a bit, and it's not like an instant death for your opponents. It's just like you're gonna get, it's just guaranteed that they don't perfect block it, because they have no option to perfect block it. Yeah, the NPCs are gonna die, but players don't, because they block. If they block, you just... And even if you don't block, like sometimes it was for me the case that even I got slapped and didn't block at the beginning, I blocked automatically. So yeah, just use it sometimes to actually catch your opponent off guard. That was basically it for the attacking with the lightsaber. Yeah, let me actually go now to the defense options. Yeah, so defense option, basically you have your normal block. Let me actually go to overhead again. So when you're basically blocking normal, you're gonna hear this sound, and it drains a bit of your stamina bar, as you can see. And you will eventually die at one point. So that is definitely the worst defense options that you can do. Do it better, to do it even better, there's a mechanic called perfect blocking, and it's a bit, I don't know, it's a bit unique, I think. I never saw something like this before. Basically, perfect block looks like this. As you can see, the stamina bar glows greenish, and even the circle, and literally drains 0 stamina bar, as you can see. And the key to these perfect blocks is that you actually kind of like block, you need to look in the right direction. That's the key, and it's mostly like around the enemy. So basically overhead, when someone does an overhead, you're gonna block over the head a bit. Let's go to, yeah, left obviously is left, as you can see, but as you can see the window is like kind of big, so you can actually do block here, but you can actually block here too. So you need to experiment a bit to actually get these hitboxes right. Back left obviously is like around here, forward left, right there, forward right, there. It's like very simple. But you actually need to be able to read all of them, because When you're done doing this, you actually want to go to random attack and train these perfect blocks. That's the key. Try to do it a bit of times. It's not that easy first, but eventually you will get used to it. That was it for the perfect blocking. There's another defense option that's like kinda defense, but kinda offense as well, like attack and defense at the same time. That's mechanic is called disarming. The disarming is kind of like it needs two conditions. Like first condition is you have to perfect block an attack, and the second option is you actually need to press the attack button at the same time and the right keys. You probably wonder like how does it look like. So yeah, basically, let me show you actually. When you're blocking, you look something like this. You're gonna hold this in this position. But when you press and hold the attack button at the same time and then move, you're actually gonna see different animations. How the player is holding the lightsaber. And you wanna utilize this to actually disarm your opponents. Let me just explain it on the overhead real quick. So basically, you see him doing the overhead. And the first condition, you're gonna perfect block over his head. Second condition is you have to press the attack button at the same time when you're gonna perfect block the overhead, and you're gonna need to press the right key. And the right key for overhead is just W. It's just W. Like basically perfect block, W, and press attack at the same time. It's just, you can do it like just freely, or actually trying it on the dummy. But like now let me try this on the dummy real quick. I'm gonna go forward. You can just hold or forward. And as you can see, I disarmed this NPC right here. And it's like a very OP, but the timing window is actually, yeah, it's kind of like you will get used to it. Disarming is just like where you disarm literally your opponent, but keep in mind that they can easily, like, you have a window of killing them, but if they press block, they can get their lightsaber back real quick, so you actually have to kill them really quick. Alright, now let me just get real quick to each moves so that you know when you can disarm someone in the right moveset. It is easy. Forward, left, back, like S and A. Yeah, that was basically it. The force abilities I'm now gonna talk are just basically like extra. They are not like really necessary to actually beat your opponents. They're just extra to help you in some specific situations. So basically when you press X, you can choose different options. First we got Sense. Wait, let me actually go to this menu. So as you can see, you can actually bind your keys. First we got Sense. For Sense, it's always better to bind them to specific keys and not just like switch and have one key to activate them, because that's not really helpful, I guess. Because you want to react quickly and not just cycle through. Sense was B, so basically what it gives, it's gonna mark all people red and make an annoying sound that I actually don't like. You can stack them up and switch up and do other things, other force mechanics. Yeah, it's helpful in some situations when someone runs away and you want to chase them, but I rather don't use it because the sound is so annoying. Speed is really good, in my opinion. Speed is not always for running away. Yeah, you can use it when you don't have any stamina or left and you are about to die. But speed is also when you're actually chasing someone. The best way to actually use speed is when you just run and someone runs and you press the key. As you can see, the blue bar drains a bit. And when you press block, you're immediately again ready for some strikes. So keep that in mind. Force grip Now I personally use it all the time because it's funny to use. The actual benefit is that most people don't know that you're not going to have your lightsaber equipped after you get choked. And you can actually kill them really fast because they actually try to strike you, but they need to press 1 to actually get the lightsaber back. But the very downside of grip is that if someone gets choked like this, they can actually use a pull or push to actually push you back, and that's an easy counter. Like you need 100 blue bar, and for like the push, I'll start it slap. The push you need like just like, I don't know, 10, maybe 15, 10. So it's like a high risk, high reward thing. So yeah, let me actually go to the force like this. This is actually very OP if you use it on specific maps, the push. The only downside is that I don't know if the developers intended it to be, but sometimes it just doesn't work, which is like kind of annoying when you actually use it. Yeah, now it works, but see, wait, I think they patched. No, as you can see, sometimes see, just doesn't work as intended. Yeah, we got the lightning, which will drain your bar over time, slows down enemy and kills them if they don't block, but they usually block in time. So it's just like you should use it like for some switch up of your style. You just need to be unpredictable. That's the key of this game. Let me actually get now to the important rules and additional notes. Important rule number 1, as I said earlier, you need to be unpredictable. So you actually need to do different techniques, switch in mid-game, use some various of styles, like don't always do the same. I see even people like always just run up to people and just spam the overhead because they don't have any clue. Like just don't do it. Like you need to switch up your stuff. You even utilize the perfect block, the disarming. Oh yeah, I just got disheaded. Wow. And yeah, when you actually utilize all of these mechanics, you should actually get better. You just go in training mode and train a bit. There's actually one thing, yeah, just one small thing to add. It's just like for very, very, very advanced players. Actually, when you see someone just running straight toward you, there's like a 95% of chance when they don't stop, they will do an overhead. To prevent this is basically when you're on PC, you can do the same thing. You can go straightward, and when you press A and D at the same time and go straight, you're gonna do like this slash. I think it's forward left. You actually find different forms of your attack, of your fighting style. Basically, what I highly recommend is using either Ataru or Gemso. I don't know how to pronounce them, but you're just gonna use the blue ones. Yeah, the blue ones are the best ones. I personally use Ataru. You can use this one too. As you can see, because it's just the attack speed. The attack speed is like very, very important. Like when you use like the 1.6 or 4, even 4, you just become like very predictable. So always use like the blue ones. That was it for this tutorial, guys. I really hope that you guys actually learned something from this video, and you actually just go into training place and train a bit, like what I just showed you guys. You should definitely instantly get better at understanding the game and everything. You definitely will get a higher kill count and everything. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please make sure to leave a like so I can do videos like this in the future. And if you want to see more, hit on the subscribe button. And yeah, we'll probably see you in the next video. Bye guys.